संतोषयता संतो श्रीलरूप सनातनो दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्यादपर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's Bhakti Sandrabha discussions. So tomorrow is your day. Day after tomorrow. Acha, day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow is your day. Today and tomorrow is my day. I'm really excited actually to see performance from students. At least I'll get one day holiday. One day holiday for me. Your exam day is jolly day for me. That's why this middle world is relative. One day is good for someone and one day is bad for others. Everything in this middle world is like that. For some people it is good, and for some people that is bad. Like rain. Rain is good for the farmers. Rain is bad for this whoever is constructing the house on that day. Someone is constructing like that. Everything. This fan is good for me and bad for who is your asthma patient. So everything is dualities. It's relative. So only one thing in this whole world is absolute, that is Krishna. That's absolute. It's good for everyone. In all the places and all circumstances. Okay, where we are? We are in the 86th anuched. What we are going to do yesterday? In between I stopped. Radharani Mataji, tell me. You want to tell? लगा के चली गई लहर. Tell me, Mataji. We want to hear from you today. Mute कर रहे हैं क्यों? Okay.
Not allowing.
What is going on?
Hearing Shravanam is the primary. First, it is the first one, Prabhuji. Primary thing. Everyone should do Shravanam only. Before Kirtana also, one should do Shravanam. That is what we are discussing in the Anuched 86.
Acha. Okay, who else? Give mic to him. Mitra Shrestha, where is Mitra Shrestha?
It's coming. We stop with one contradiction. That is the verse number is second verse, I think, chapter 5, 12th canto. So Tantu Rajan Marishanti is there. Shukadev Goswami is saying that if you to Parikshit, if you want to attain your goal, then you have to leave this Shravanam.
Yes.
And you have to practice Gyan, the Gyan Marga there will come. I think.
Yes.
So today that will be discussed then.
Gnana Marga?
Yes.
What is the contradiction you said? Once again, can you repeat?
Contradiction, actually, he is establishing in the from the beginning, beginning in the second canto, and all the basically so many chapters. He is establishing Shravanam is the actually highest Abhidaya or highest thing.
Process, yes. Highest Abhidaya is correct, yes.
And at the last of the Srimad Bhagavatam, in 12th canto, here also he is establishing.
He is not establishing, he is speaking about Gnana.
No, the Shravanam, again he is.
Shravanam he spoke in that chapter starting and ending, but in between he also gave the Gnanopadesha. Yeah, teachings of Gnana. He did. He did teachings of the Gnana in between. In the 12th canto, 5th chapter.
Yes.
That is the point actually. Why he did like that. In the 12th canto, 1 and 5, 13. This is the ending sloka. Upasamhara. This is beginning. This is Upakrama. Both are telling about Shravanam. This is also telling about Shravanam. So that means by seeing the Upakrama and Upasamhara, you can say this chapter's conclusion is also Tatparya. Tatparya lingas are how many? 6. Upakrama Upasamhara is one among that. That means by using the Upakrama Upasamhara Nyaya, you can say the whole topic or whole discussion of this chapter is what? Is the Shravanam. That is, we can understand. By Upakrama Upasamhara Nyaya, what is this? We discussed in Tattva Sandrabha, and if anyone wants, they can see ending of the Tattva Sandrabha in Sarva Samvadini, it is there. In Tattva Sandrabha, Sarva Samvadini. By Upakrama Upasamhara Nyaya. So, Shravanam is a subject matter. Of that chapter. But here, from the second sloka onwards, 152, Tvam tu Rajan Marishyati. Here, from here he started, he did the Gnana Upadesha. Gnana Upadesha. In between also he said several instructions about the Gnana. Why he did? This is a point. इत्यादिना ज्ञानोपदेशः स्वच तस्य या प्राग अवगता भक्तिनिष्ठ तस्याः संप्रति स्थैर्य प्रकटनार्थम एवा एकांत भक्तेषु भगवता मोहवर छंदवत पूर्वमपि तन्निष्ठया स्वतः एव मरण भय परित्यागात् अनन्तरं च श्रुत्वापि तम ज्ञानोपदेशं स्वस्य भक्तिनिष्ठायाः एव स्वयं दर्शयिष्यमाणत्वात्. Many students online is not proper actually, regular. Some are randomly coming actually. It's not good actually. Huh? Only now. Yeah. Every day we are seeing new faces, randomly changing. I think they made such a discussion. We'll take the turns. Only now students, I don't know. Total more than 17 students are online, 17 to 18. 20, 24 students online. Only now. I don't know. 9 students. Okay. So now, why this kind of Gnanopadesha, that means teachings of Gnana, I did here? What is the reason? Why Sukadeva Goswami did like this? If bhakti is only the conclusion of entire book, keep it that only. In between, why he has to tell this Gnana? Why he has to teach Gnana? The reason is, so just to check the fixity in bhakti. So Parikshit Maharaj's fixity in bhakti. So only for this purpose, this is done. Simply to disclose the steadiness of Parikshit's previously understood fixity in bhakti, because he had, so yes, only the reason is what? Just to disclose. Stairya prakatanartham. Disclose his steadiness. Prakatana means steady, disclosing. Why this is done in between? After hearing this Gnana, is there any opinion changing in the Parikshit Maharaj or not? Just checking. To check or to disclose the steadiness of Parikshit. In bhakti. How can you say it is only for checking the steadiness? So this kind of technique is done by anyone? Is it any general method after teaching something to check that? So in between, in the final stage, so just asking this, are they teaching some other method? Is it happens? Is it general thing? Yes, it is general thing only. It happens. Lord himself also does like this. What he is doing? Ekanta bhakteshu bhagavata moksha varachandavat. It is like the Lord's alluring his exclusive devotees by offering liberation. Lord also what he does? So when Lord appears, after appearing, what he does? So that means devotee did the exclusive bhakti to Lord and Lord appeared. Then, my dear devotee, what you want? You want moksha? Take it. He says like this. Why? To check his, just to check his steadiness in pure devotional service. Same way, here also, our Mahamuni, our great Muni, Sukadeva Goswami also doing the same thing. Huh? 6th canto? That is different also. That is there also, actually, yes. There also he is giving the various other reasons Sukadeva Goswami was giving the various other reasons to do the atonement for removing the sin, whatever sinful activities done for that atonement. As atonement, he was teaching this so much different things. That means karma first, then after that he's teaching gnana, then finally, so he comes to bhakti. That is okay. But here main thing is what? So to check the fixity, that means in the bhakti also, ananya bhakti, exclusive bhakti, Lord also, so sometimes he will allure his devotees by offering liberation to them. Next, anantaram cha srutvapi evam ekanta bhakti shrutva gnanopadesam swasya bhakti nishtaya eva swayam darshayishyamanatvat. Ekanta bhakti bhagavatam. So same way, tan nishtaya swatah eva marana bhaya. So how can you say it's only for testing the Sukadeva Goswami's fixity or disclose the fixity of his steadiness in the devotion? Because Parikshit Maharaj, it is only for testing, because Parikshit Maharaj already said, that his fear gone due to devotion. His fear is gone due to devotion only. Here also you'll be seeing in this chapter, after hearing about the Brahman, he is saying, my fear is gone due to Brahman. What is this? This is a real statement, or the before also Parikshit did, his fear is gone by the devotion. What statement we should take? So actually we should take the previous one only, because even this chapter also is concluding in what? First and starting and ending is concluding in this Shravanam only. So from this also we should understand Shravanam is only the conclusion, and Parikshit Maharaj also knows the conclusion is Shravanam only, but just so he is checked, actually, just he checked by the Sukadeva Goswami whether his nishta is there in the Shravanam or not. Anyway, we are going to discuss even furthermore. Anantaram cha srutvapi tam gnanopadesham swasya bhaktinishtayaha eva swayam darshayishyamanatvat. Not only this, after this chapter also, after 5th chapter, once again Parikshit Maharaj also showing his faith, his fixity, his steadiness in bhakti only. Next, that means darshayishyamanatvat means he is going to show. Tatra prachina tannishta yatha prathame. First, now we are going to investigate all these things, each step by step. First of all, we should say that Parikshit Maharaj is having a nishta in the bhakti. How can you say? Tatra prachina tannishta yatha prathame 119.5. So Krishnangri seva madhi manyamanaha iti. Next also 119.7. Dadyau mukundangrim ananya bhavaha ityadi cha tannishhtayaiva tad bhayaparittyagaha yatha tad vakye dijopasrishtaha kokaha takshakha va dashatvalam gayata vishnu gathaha. Now what we are going to say? We are going to say that Parikshit Maharaj is having the nishta in bhakti very long back only. So from the beginning he is having the steadiness in the bhakti. That we are going to say. So how can you say? That's why we are going to the, so What is the sloka number? 119.5. So 119.5, what it is saying? Krishnangri Sevam Adhimanyamana. Krishnangri, that means Seva, service at the lotus feet of the Lord. So full sloka is Ato Vihayevam Ato Vihayevam Amum Ato Vihayemam Amum Chalokam Vimarshito Heyataya Purasta Krishnangri Sevamadimanyamana Upavishat Prayamamartyanadyam. Having given up this world and Swarga, Amum, Imam, Amum, Cha Lokam Vihaya. So Parikshit Maharaj, so given up the pleasure in this material world and also pleasure in the Swarga, both of them which he previously concluded as rejectable. That means he, from the beginning, so he concluded that those are not useful, rejectable. Then he sat down on the bank of Ganga. So Vimarshito Heyataya Purasthat. So Heyataya Purasthat means at the beginning itself he understood this Swarga Sukha and the material Sukha. The pleasure in the world, material world, that's in the kingdom, is also useless. And then he sat, where he sat? He sat on the bank of the Ganges, while considering service to Krishna's lotus feet as the biggest goal. Krishnangri Sevam Adhimanyamanaha. So that means before starting of the teachings of Sukadeva Goswami, already Parikshit Maharaj is having the faith in bhakti. So he is having the nishtha in bhakti. That is proving here. Yes? One 119.5. Next, one more sloka also is given here. 119.7. Full sloka I didn't write because time was not. Only one line we turned. Tadyo mukundangri manya mukundangrim ananya bhava. That means Parikshit, not considering other poses, concentrated on the feet of Mukunda. This is also just a consecutive sloka, next to next sloka. Previous sloka is 119.5 and this is 119.7. That means when before meeting the Sukadeva Goswami, Sukadeva Goswami, so Parikshit was having already so faith in, full faith in bhakti. And also next what? So ityadicha tannishtayeva, and also he's saying his fear for the death. He is after 7 days. After 7 days, he will be beaten by Takshaka, and he'll be killed by Takshaka. That he knows, and that fear of death is already gone due to what he himself is saying. Is gone due to by the devotion only. See here. Dijopasishta kohakas takshakova dashatvalam gayata Vishnu gatha. What is saying? Let Takshaka, released by the curse of the Brahmana, even it is an impostor, bite me. Please sing topics concerning the Lord. What he's saying? Takshaka may come and bite me, no problem. But you all sing the glories of the Lord. That means this is proving what? So he had given up fear already. He is not feeling that, oh, now Takshaka is going to come and I have to save my life. What is it? Let it come. Don't worry. And let us focus now on the singing the glories of the Hari. So from these 119.5, 7 and 119.15, what we are understanding. So Parishit Maharaj is having the steadiness, that means his faith in bhakti, and also his fear is already gone. He is not fearing at all, actually. He is not fearing. And from this, and he is not fearing, and he is focusing on the hearing the pastimes of the Hari. So those are establishing. As faith in bhakti. Before start hearing pastimes of Hari from Sukadeva. Next. तज्ज्ञानोपदेश श्रवणानन्तरमपि तादृशनिष्ठायाः स्थैर्यदर्शनं यथा तत्र तावत् पद्यत्रयेण तज्ज्ञानोपदेशम् अवाहुः मत्वा श्रवणलक्षणया भक्त्यैव स्वकृतार्थत्वम् uktam. Even after hearing the teachings on Gnana, the steadiness of his such fixity in bhakti is shown. It is stated in 3 verses that not caring for the teachings of Gnana. Gnanopadesham avahu. What is avahu? What is this? Something spelling. The Gnanopadesham abahu. Abahu matva, actually, that is. Abahu matva. Shravana lakshanaya bhaktiyaiva sakrutardatvam uktam. The steadiness of his fixity in bhakti is shown. It is stated in 3 verses that not caring for teachings of Gnana. Not caring for teachings of the Gnana means Gnanopadesham abahu. Abahu. Abahu means great. Abahu means not great. Abahu matva. So what that means, not feeling it is great. What is that? That is Gnanopadesham. He is not considering Gnanopadesham as a great thing. And otherwise he is not caring that. And Shravana Lakshanaya Bhaktyaiva Swakritardatvam Vuktam. And he is saying that, so this Shravana Rupi Bhakti is the cause for his success. So he became successful only by the bhakti in the form of hearing. So that is said in what? 12.6.2.4. That means he is hearing Gnana Upadesha in what? Which chapter? 12.5.1. That means in the 12.5.2 onwards. 12th canto, 5th chapter. In the 12th canto, 6th chapter. 6.2.2.4. Here, so he is expressing his steadiness in bhakti only. And he is successful by the bhakti. That means before starting this chapter, before Gnanopadesha also he is having the steadiness in the bhakti. See, from the first canto itself we are understanding. Even after this also, he is showing his steadiness in the bhakti. So what are those 3 slokas? Siddhosyanugruhitosmi Bhavata karunatmana Shravito yaccha me sakshat Anadi nidhano hari Natyadbhutamaham manye Mahatam achyutatmanam Agneshu tapatapteshu Bhuteshu yadanugraha Purana samhitametam Asraushma bhavato vayam Yasyam khalu tamashloko Bhagavan anuvarnyate. What Parikshit is saying this? What is he saying? Siddha aham. Siddha Sid something. Siddhosmi Anugruhitosmi. I have now achieved the purpose of my life and have been blessed because you. Bhavata Karunatmana, your merciful soul. Shravito Yachame Sakshad Anadi Nidanaha Harihi. Having described to me, you have described to me the Supreme Lord who has no beginning or end, whom I directly saw. Sakshad means here, Parikshit Maharaj saw Supreme Lord in the womb of his mother. When he was in the womb of his mother, so at that time itself he saw Sakshad. And he got, he heard about him, and that's why he became now perfect in his life. Next, Natyadbhutam Manye Mahatachutatmanam. So I don't consider it is amazing that great souls such as you, whose minds are always absorbed in the Lord, show mercy to the foolish conditioned souls suffering in this world. So Parikshit is saying to Sukadeva Goswami, because devotees are always merciful, they will be showing their blessings, their mercy on the conditioned soul. Purana samhitam etam asraushma bhavato vayam yasyam kalu uttama shloka bhagavan anuvarnyate. That means we have heard from you this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is a summary of all the Puranas and in which the Supreme Lord is described. Bhagavan anuvarnyate, Brahman anuvarnyate, he didn't say. That means what are the things he derived, he grasped from the teachings of Sukadeva Goswami? Parishit, what he grasped? So see, you can see from these words, you can understand that he is showing his steadiness in bhakti only, not in the Brahman. He is showing his steadiness in the Lord Hari only, not in the Brahman. Next, Punascha ekena padyena तद वाक्य गौरव मात्रेण अंगीकृतस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानस्य तक्षकादि भय निवृत्ति हेतुत्वम् उक्त्वा अपि अन्येन तद ऊर्ध्वम् अदोक्षजे एव वाक् चेतसो तन्नाम कीर्तन ध्यानावेशानुज्ञा प्रार्थिता. So here one more twist is coming actually. What is the twist? In the 12.6 12th canto, 6th chapter. In the 5th sloka, what he is saying? Bhagavan takshakadibhyo mrutyubhyo nabhivemyaham pravishto brahma nirvanam abhayam darshitam tvaya anujanihi mam brahman vacham yachamyadokshaje mukta kamashayam chetah praveshya visrujamyasu. See, in the 12, 6, 5, in 5, what is said? Bhagavan takshakadibhyo mrutyubhyo nabhibhemi aham. I will not get fear. I have no fear of death from takshaka or any other living being. Why? Pravishtaha brahman pravishtaha pravishto brahma nirvanam abhayam darshitam tvaya. But I have entered the Brahman, about which you have just taught me, and which destroys fear due to being a form of oneness. Which destroys fear due to being a form of oneness. That means in the Brahman stage, when Parishit is entered into the Brahman, so in that Brahman there is no two. If your consciousness is merged into the Brahman, then where is the fear? There is no two in the Brahman. You are only the alone. That is your Brahman. Is there any fear? No. That means Parikshit is out of fear from the Takshaka because of he merged into Brahman. And why he is saying no? In that, where he said this? 12:6. No, once again he twisted. In 2 to 4, he expressed what he expressed in the 12:6 to 4. Nishtha and bhakti. Okay. And after that, 12:6, 5, na? Only 5. In 5, he is saying his fear is gone. His fear is gone due to merging into Brahman. He be absorbed in Brahman, otherwise merging in his fear is gone due to absorption into Brahman. It's very important actually, huh? You should understand now. This anuched is very important. Especially for people who are going to give exam. Very important. Now everyone will become active. Their ears will work now with double power. Achha. Okay, now after saying this, by one sloka he is saying his fear is gone due to absorption in the Brahman. And after that immediate sloka, next sloka, what he is saying? Anujani himam brahman vacham yachamyadokshaje mukta kamashayam chetah praveshya visrujamyasun. So Anujanihi, oh my dear Sukadev Goswami, already 7 days is over now. You know? 7th day this is, last final day this is. 12th canto, which chapter? It is 5th, 6th chapter. Another only 7th chapter, that is also the Goswami is going to teach. So that's his final. So he is taking now, Takshaka is ready now to bite and take him. So that's why he's asking Sukadeva Goswami. He's not, now you see, in a few minutes, in the few hours, he's going to die. And what he's saying, To the Sukadeva Goswami, Anujani Bhagavan. So, my dear Lord, O Gurudev, Brahman, Anujani Himam Brahman Vacham Icham Yadokshaje. So, O Brahmana, please give me permission to resign my speech to Adokshaja. So that means till now he is hearing about the Adokshaja, now he is asking the resignation. Resign means stop. So resign my speech to Adokshaja. Absorbing my mind, which is purified of desires and impressions in the Lord, permit me to give up my life. That means absorbing my mind in the Lord. You see, Muktashayam, Mukta Kamashayam, his heart is completely purified from all the material desires. Kamashayam Chetaha. So that Chetaha, that heart, Pravesha, that means where he is entering that heart into Adokshaja. That means not in the Brahman. He is so entering his mind in Adokshaja. He's saying like that in 12.6.6. Parikshit is entering his mind, which is purified. Parikshit is making to enter his mind, because it's causative actually. Parikshit is making his mind to enter in Adokshaja, in Lord Adokshaja. Adokshaja. Parikshit is confusing last. Because Sukadeva Goswami also confused, na? Whole Srimad Bhakti, he explained Bhakti. And the last in the 12th and 5th chapter, why in all of a sudden he said Gnana? Okay, for steadiness. To test the steadiness of the Parikshit. So that's why. So this problem is came actually. Because Brahmavadis, they will say, your bhakti, you fold it, you tie it in a bora mein bandh ke side rakho. Brahman is the conclusion. That means when I was doing PhD, this was the fighting between my teacher and myself. He was saying, see, ending of Srimad Bhagavatam, what saying? And Parikshit is saying, that means Brahma Nirvanam. So Parikshit entered into where? If you see the words, Brahma Nirvanam, he is entering into the Brahman. At least they are giving the good competition or not? The statement is giving good competition for the Brahma Nirvanam or not? At least. Then what you will say? Oh, acha. After 10 years, then you will come to know this point, and you will also, oh, acha, Brahman. Parikshit also entered into Brahman. Maybe this is also what I heard from 10 years is really correct or wrong. Then you will get doubt there. No, Brahmavadi means they are Advaitins, so-called Advaitins, not Pakka Advaitins also. Of course, I was not knowing this at that time, because he only gave this subject to me to study. Okay, so now at least you should know now clearly what is happening there. What is the whole picture you should know. It's not that so Ardha Kukiti Nyaya. That means that's the one hen is there, it gives the golden egg. So anyway, from this side is taking the rose every day. So feed, that means what is that? Feed for what? Math food, not food, fodder. So it is taking fodder actually from this side, and from the back side only it is giving the golden egg. What should I do? Cut this hen into half, take the back side. That is only the useful thing, because that will give the golden egg. and leave the front portion, because if you take front portion every day, you should feed the fodder. Why we have to take this? So whatever reason is desirable for you, that much I will take. This is known as Ardha Kukkiti Nyaya. So Advaitins also what they do, some people, not only Advaitins, those selfish people, they don't see the starting to ending from the mouth to the back. They are thinking that golden egg is coming only from the back. They are not trying to see the whole picture. Same way here also, this Brahmavadis, so-called not Brahmavadis, so-called Advaitins. So they will be taking from only one statement. Oh, see, Parikshit entered into the Brahman. Enough. Ho gaya. This is not the correct thing actually. This is not the proper philosophy actually. But also you have to give the proper explanation also. Even you want to establish, then why it is said there? It's not that you can escape. You also cannot escape. Then you should justify that. Why it is there? Why Gnana, teachings of Gnana did? Why Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami did the teachings of Gnana? And then why Parikshit Maharaj is saying like this? In the first canto, we are seeing his fear is gone. And he wants to now excited to hear the Vishnu. So past tense of the Vishnu. He's saying now enter into the Brahman. So the thing is now, see next. What Sukadeva Goswami is saying in 5, Punah ekena padyena tadvakya gaurava matrena angikrutasya brahmagnanasya takshakadibhya nivrutti hetum uktva anyena tadurdvam adokshaja eva vakchetaso tannama kirtana dhyana aveshananugna pradita. This is a statement, important statement. Moreover, you see in the, although in one verse Brahmagnana is accepted in order to show respect to Sukadeva's statement, Sukadeva's teachings. So that means in the 12.6.5, he is accepting the Brahmagnanam. So which is the remedy for the coming out from the fear. Why? Because Sukadeva Goswami was giving the teachings in the 12th canto, in the 5th chapter, 2nd sloka onwards. These are the teachings actually. This is Gnanopadesha. Here it is there. This is a Gnanopadesha. To give respect for these statements, in 12.6.5, Parikshit is by just one statement, he is accepting. So his fear is gone because of absorption of Brahman. But after that, immediately he is saying in 12.6.6, actually his mind is absorbed in Adokshaja. Understanding? Jay Gopinath Prabhu, tell me.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu,
but in Bhanu Maharaj's translation, it is differently given, the translation itself. I just want to get it clarified. In his translation, Maharaj wrote, "My Lord, I now have no fear of Takshaka or any other living being, or even of repeated births, but I fear entering the impersonal Brahman which destroys fear, about which you have just taught me." So it is like a positive statement for bhakti rather than so.
What you wrote? For which sloka?
This is for Bhagavam Stakshako the Mrityubhyo Na Bibemyaham. So for that verse, Maharaj is writing or translating, but I fear entering the impersonal Brahman which destroys fear.
That I feel?
But I fear entering the impersonal Brahman, which destroys fear, about which you have just taught me. So that means he is fearing to enter into impersonal Brahman. It's not that he entered into impersonal Brahman.
अच्छा, कहाँ से फील कर रहे हैं वो? Feeling is not there. Pravishtah Brahma Nirvanam. That is the thing.
I fear entering, not feel. I fear entering the impersonal Brahman.
I fear.
I fear.
F-E-A-R.
Yes, Prabhu. But I fear entering the impersonal Brahman, which destroys fear, about which you have just taught me.
Then correct that translation.
So correct this translation.
Yes.
Yes.
Just now you said that to show respect for the statements of Sukadeva Goswami.
Yeah.
Just in one verse.
Yes.
Parisit makes this statement.
If you take this statement also in favor of bhakti, then where is that one statement?
Yeah.
You're understanding?
Yeah.
Then because Siri Punascha Ekena Padyena, by one sloka, Tad Vakya Gaurava Matrina. Tad Vakya means whose Vakya? Sukadeva Goswami's Vakya Gaurava. Gaurava means respect. Gaurava Matrina Angikrutasya Brahma Gnanasya. Accepting the Brahma Gnana. Takshakadibhya nivrutti hetum. That means that Brahma Gnana is the hetu. Hetu for what? So getting out, to come out from the fear of Takshaka. Uktva anyena. Anyena means next poem. That is the sixth. Tadurdvam. That means on top of the Brahma Gnanam is that adokshaja. So this statement will become, if you take that translation, what Bhanu Maharaj is given, then this statement will go, that means Jiva Goswami, this statement will become vain actually. And also there, I fear to enter to Brahman is not at all there actually.
Yeah, it's not there. And instead of saying it is Sukadev's statement, he has translated as statements of Krishna. That's a good point.
Sometimes editing, there are a lot of editing. A lot of editings are there, bro. And many editings are there.
There is no.
That's why we are taking the risk of translating every day and giving, because I am also editing that book only, but we found lot of editing. Lot of means lot, a lot. So you can see Prabhu like this many in the previous one also. If you compare both files, you will be finding so many changes like this.
Okay.
Yeah, Prabhu. And we told Maharaj, so Maharaj said, you do whatever you want to do. He is completely free from all that. Transcendental. He never, oh, mine is wrong, this, that, nothing actually. He never care. Okay, you find something good, okay, do that. He encourages anything you want to do. And okay, sometimes we can also do mistake, but yeah. Sasdev Prabhu, yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what Prabhuji just read, then after that there is one line which I cannot understand. He says that, but only to show respect for previous statements made by Krishna. What does this mean? I'll read the whole line. This one verse speaks of Brahma Gyan being the cause of destroying fear of Takshaka. After that he says, which I cannot understand, but only to show respect for previous statements made by Krishna. How do we link this previous statements made by Krishna?
Okay. From Bhanu Maharaj's book, na? This is Prabhu?
Yeah.
That is also a problem actually.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
That's why we have to have proper BBTs also. Now they are planning actually to publish nicely, edit the Bhanu Maharaj's book and publish. I don't know how many years they will take. So at least for our teaching, we need some material. Na? So we are trying to do this. Is because of this only my whole day is becoming so heavy. Translation takes more time. Every sloka, sometimes one sloka, it will take 15, 20, half an hour also. Takes half an hour. So many things should be taken care. We don't have any very good, very properly edited book for the Sandarbhas. Properly edited book. So Babaji wrote, but Babaji's book, Babaji's philosophy is also different from us. Something different. His ideology is fully different from the Srila Prabhupada. And he sees Srila Prabhupada's followers are only Pantha. It's Pantha, it is not Parampara. So many radical ideas he's having compared to. So that's why our society never recommend to go there and study his books. But he did a lot of hard work, many years. He did many years of very steady, constant research and hard work he did, and he produced books. But the problem is, yeah, some kind of, that means this kind of ideology is not with our family. Our family is Prabhupada's family. So someone is not having respect for our family. So how we can take his teachings or his book? Of course, it may be theoretically also correct, but main problem is that kind of loyalty should be there to the Prabhupada. So that's why some problems are there. And also they are only stick to the Goswamis, not to the Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta. So some people in this Raja also, in the Vrindavan, they don't consider the line of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta as a Brahmanic Sampradaya. Goswamis Sampradayas, Goswamis, so-called Prabhupada also used to say, these caste Goswamis. So followers of Goswamis, they don't accept. Some in Vrindavan also, our teachings of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta and other Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, these things. There are so many. You see, in our Sampradaya also, there are so many sub branches. One branch is not like another branch, like this. But out of all these many varieties, Srila Prabhupada did such a miracle, wonderful work actually. He showed with the result actually. All other keep on speaking, but he showed with actions. That's a very great thing. And anyway, we should be careful. Why I'm saying is not to bring some enviousness or the jealous in your heart towards any other Vaishnavas, but also simultaneously you should know who is your family member and who is your neighbor. Neighbor is not your family member. You should remember that. You will keep and you will share your secrets of your house with your only family member, not with your neighbor. Of course, you have respect for him. Similarly, we should understand where we are in this society. Who are we? Who is our uncle and who is our father? And who is our brother? We should know. And who is our cousin? Properly. That is important. Okay. Okay, you all study nicely and propagate this philosophy also, because in ISKCON also you'll be having these students who are very inquisitive and wants to study Shastra deeply. And if you don't provide such education, then such intellectuals slowly they will look into the outside to the ISKCON and they will slowly go away from us. It's a need to facilitate all the kinds of the varieties of the knowledge and also varieties of the services. That will the completeness of our society. We need such a high caliber Shastric studies also. That kind of teachers, that kind of education, that kind of culture is needed. And also we should have very heavy extensive preaching and reaching to every corner of the world and preaching. That is also important. Everything is important. Then you can cater to the variety of the people, and everyone will be in your society, and they all with you. Otherwise, oh, in ISKCON there is no proper standard of education. Let me go to the another sampradaya, another Babaji. Then you are losing your candidate, whom you brought, and after 10-15 years he is not in the moment. That is not good. And like this, there are so many problems in the society. We should not think about only our problems. We should think about the society problems also. We are in the society. We are in ISKCON society. That's why we are here. That's why we are able to happily study, sit and study, because our society is maintaining us. Dana pani, whatever we are getting, that is from our society. Many people are working hard for you to be here. So that is very important. We should always feel grateful to our society. Yeah, not only individual problem. All the time we'll think that I have this problem, I have this problem. This is not good actually. You keep your problems, you solve your problems, and try to solve the problems of society also. That is important thing. So that's why we should create such a educational culture in our society also. Bhajan also, a strong sadhana, and showing such a high standards of the sadhana. Not only for showing, but that is also is practical, is important. काय है भाई इतना भाई? आप keep in silent. No. Okay, next. Bhagavan takshakadibhyo mrityubhyo nabhivim. This is over. Now 5. In the 5th sloka, he is showing just respect for Sukadeva Goswami's words, and that's why he is just accepting the, yes, Brahmagnanam also will bring you out from the fear. That's a fact. But my nishta is in only adokshaja. That's why he is immediately saying in the 6th sloka. In 6th sloka he is saying, so echami adokshaje muktashayam chetaha praveshya visrujami asun. I want to live my life here. By doing what? By making my mind to enter into adokshaja, and I will live my life, not Brahman. This is the final thing he is concluding there. Atha punar anyena padyena agnana nirasakta gnana vignana siddhischa Bhagavat padaravinda darshana sukhanubhuta eva mama spurati iti gnapitam. Then in the next verse, Parikshit shows that perfection of gnana and vignana, which destroys ignorance, being included in the bliss of seeing the lotus feet of the Lord manifested to him. Agnana nirasakta. So ignorance is destroyed. So who is destroying the ignorance? Gnana and Vijnana. Perfection in the Gnana and Vijnana. Gnana means knowing, Vijnana means experiencing. So perfection in these two is that perfection is destroying the ignorance. And Bhagavat Padaravinda Darshana Sukantar Bhuta Eva Mama Spurati. So next, Spurati. That Siddhi Spurati. Mama Siddhi Spurati iti Gnapitam. Being included in the bliss, that means that Siddhi, that means perfection in the Gnana and Vijnana is included in what? Being included in the bliss of seeing the lotus feet of the Lord manifested to him. That Siddhi manifested to him. Actually, to me, you should write actually there. Spelling mistake. Mama is there. To me. Manifested to me. Parishit is saying. As shown in Agnanam cha nirastam me gnana vignana nishtaya bhavata darshitam kshemam param bhagavatah padam. You have revealed to me the auspicious supreme form of the Lord. By being fixed in knowledge of realization, my ignorance has been eradicated. So he's saying, Parishit is saying, you have revealed to me the auspicious supreme form of the Lord. By being fixed in the knowledge and realization, my ignorance has been eradicated. This is also one more thing. Atra padashabdasya charanaaravinda vidayakatvam. And one way, sometimes here people may try to deviate here. Padam, Bhagavataha Padam means what you should take, not the Brahman. Bhagavataha Padam is not Brahman. Padam means what you should take here. Charanaravindam. That means the lotus feet of the Lord you should take. Gnanena Vayasaki Shabdena Bheje Khagendra Dwaja Padamulam. Padam means as a feet. We are also having the reference 119:16. Iti eva asti prathame sadhakam. So till now what you are understanding finally? So finally Parishit Maharaj is showing his nishtha in where? He is showing his nishtha in bhakti. Is clear? Next, we'll go to the next. Tat etat prakarnartha tatra si sutena sprashtikrutaha. So now we are seeing this 12th canto, 5th chapter and 6th chapter. Ultimately, so if you want to understand what is the summary of these two chapters, so this is already said by the Suta Goswami in 1st canto itself. So that means before starting the conversation between the Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami, Suta Goswami already he explained what happened, what is the climax of the story. Climax he already explained to the Saunaka Rishis in the 1st canto. Yes or no? Then after that he started saying. So that's why it is said in the 18th chapter, 1st canto, 18th chapter itself, Suta Goswami already gave the some basic idea on the total conversation between the Parikshit and Sukadeva Goswami. What Suta Goswami said, that means we are giving even more stronger proof. So in between Sukha and Parikshit, whatever discussion happened, that discussion's conclusion is only Shravana Rupa Bhakti. This we are going to establish by the teachings of Suta Goswami to the Saunaka Rishis. Okay? Now you see, Brahma Kopotita Tadyastu Takshakat Prana Viplavat Na Sammumohurubhayat Bhagavatyarpitashaya Nottama Shloka Vartanam Jushatam Tatkatamrutam Syat Sambramanta Kalepe Smaratam Tatpadambujam. What Suta Goswami is saying? Savai. Not Savai. Okay. Brahma Kopotita Yahatu Takshakat Prana Viplava. What Suta Goswami is telling about Parikshit? Because he had taken shelter of the Lord, he didn't become bewildered with the great fear from the life-threatening snake called Takshaka, called by the curse of Brahmana. Clearly here, Suta Goswami, before starting, that's like before starting a movie, so there will be some trial, some commentary actually. So like this, the conversation, a synopsis, something. Some synopsis is given by the Suta Goswami. In that synopsis also what you are seeing, Parikshit is coming out from fear because of what? Because of taking shelter in the Lord. Had taken shelter of the Lord. He didn't become bewildered with the great fear from the life-threatening snake called Takshaka. Okay, next. Nattamas sloka vartanam jushatam. Because it's very important actually. Why Jiva Goswami is giving such importance and such a big anuched he wrote. Because it is a general problem. You people, we don't go to the Shastrartha, na? So Shastrartha means previously how the society, in the society, other people who are want to establishing the Brahman, so they will be taking your text only and they are interpreting such a way it will be favorable to their philosophy. And such a strong arguments when you hear, your faith will shake actually. But fortunately, we don't have such a strong opponent parties. Luckily. So that's why we are not thinking so much importance of this. But such a heavy argumentation when you hear, then you have to do really research. Otherwise, you have to leave your sampradaya. Because your mind will not stable there. Because after hearing from the opponent party statements, then your whole faith will be shaken. Such really, that is the meaning. So now that's why Jiva Goswami wrote such a heavy arguments from all the, that means like in the liars, to prove something, they will be thinking that case in many directions and put all the positive arguments so that nobody can, opponent liar cannot speak, cannot do anything like that. So these are the, so various, how to deal, how to establish the thing that we have to learn from here. Nottama Sloka Vartana. What is it? Those who remember the lotus feet of the Lord, those who relish the nectar of pastimes concerning the Lord, and those who very means of sustenance is the Lord, don't have confusion even at the time of death. He's also saying that means who remember the lotus feet of the Lord, they don't have any confusion at the time of death. And also those who relish the nectar of pastimes of concerning the Lord, they don't have any fear, they don't have any confusion at the time of death. Those whose very means of subsistence is the Lord. Lord is a jivika for whom? For them also there is no confusion. Like this, so the Goswami is saying. That means Parikshit Maharaj is serving, remembering the lotus feet of the Lord. He is hearing about the lotus feet of the Lord. That's why he was not having any confusion at the time of death. He is so peaceful and nicely he left his body. Yes. Where he is going, he is clearly knowing. He is having full faith. Okay. So we'll finish this remaining in the tomorrow's class, and also we'll enter into the different other anuchedas. Any questions? Questions? Comments?
Pooja, this 1265 and 1266.
Yes.
So the refutation of merging with Brahman, yes, is that that Parikshit is saying that he is entering the heart of Adokshaja. So that seems like a very kind of not such a strong argument.
Little bit. Okay. What he's saying, why this statement is there? That means absorption in the Brahman is the solution to come out from the fear of the death. Just because such a great Acharya is giving the Gnanopadesha, and if someone is telling to you such a great exalted person in that position, you'll be saying yes, yes, yes. You'll say or not. That's true actually. So he's saying that same thing. Yes, yes, Brahma Gnanam is also is to absorption in the Brahma Gnanam is also caused to coming out from the fear. Like that he's accepting. But he is immediately repeating this. I live my life here by fixing my mind in the Supreme Lord Adokshaja. He's not stopping. And not only that, we are giving so many arguments. Before to the starting the whole story, he's also having the absorption, that means in the Nishta, in the Bhakti. Even Sota Goswami, now we have started it. Sota Goswami, he's narrating, but that is, he is giving synopsis about this whole narration. So what kind of situation was? The situation is there also, you are understanding Parishad is also having the Nishta in the Bhakti. So that's why, that's the reason. Yeah. Then why he spoke? Why Sukadeva Goswami spoke Jnana all of a sudden? If everything Bhakti is only conclusion, just to check his Nishta, fixity. That is all. Even Lord also, after appearing, so what do you want? You want Kaivalya? You want this Ajja? Like that, he will asking to even his pure devotees also, like that. Okay.
So similar to this, I want to clarify. Previous discussion also happened. That verse was there. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kanchati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labte param. Is that because this is like a?
You want to clarify, na?
Yeah, I want to clarify, not question.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay. So you want to get clarification or you want to clarify?
I want to get clarification. Sorry.
Okay.
So is because this is coming here in the same theme is coming here because he has Parikshit Maharaj has a complete realization. He's not realization only. That's why he's not stopping only Brahman. He sees the Brahman. That's not like that. He is respecting. He has a realization of Brahman. But Brahmavadi, they have their ultimate destination with Brahman. They don't go up to this. But Bhakta has a realized complete Bhagwan realization, and Bhagwan realization, Brahman realization already included. So that's why here is like that. He says ki I am a Brahma, and then it's like that, and ahead goes. So my question is that when the verse comes, la Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati sama, that is the devotee's case. Also, this stage comes just like Prabhupada many times says. At least self-realization. First, you are not this body, your soul. Realize, then bhakti starts. So when person become bhakta, and devotee, that means he already realized self. That is, but he's not stopping only self like that. He's not satisfied with the realizing self. His journey goes ahead up to Bhagavan realization. So in self-realization, one become fearless.
Yeah, understood, Prabhu.
So that clarification.
Yeah. So here, if you say like that, that means Brahma Bhuta Prasannatmana Sochadina Kankshati Samas Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mad Bhaktim Labate Param. So if you take like this, in the case of Parikshit, that means you are saying that Parikshit Maharaj is going Krama Mukti. That means he is realizing the Brahman, and then after that he is becoming the devotee. This is not thing happening here really. Here just I'm Brahma Nirvanam Pravishta. That means I am entering into the Brahman, or I'm absorbing the Brahman means that is just a saying of accepting the previous teachings of the Sukadeva Goswami. That's all. Because if you see in the same sloka, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is commenting here, Brahman also is Bhagavan only, he is saying. So that's why nowhere you are finding such a way. That means first Parikshit is entering into the Brahman, and then after that he is getting the Bhagavan realization. He is not merging actually. He is not merging actually. He is accepting that.
Yes. But how to see in devotee's life that
devotee's life also we directly realize
sadhaka,
Bhagavan.
Sadhaka.
Yeah, sadhaka also.
He becomes perfect.
Only in the rare cases you will be seeing the one is going that means in the successive way, in the Krama Mukti, first realizing Brahman. For devotees, we don't need to realize any Brahman or anything.
Sometimes, many times, Prabhupada just quoted, maximum quoted sloka, words quoted by him. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati na kanchati.
That's for the initial.
So how to see and which one?
Why Prabhupada even quoted that means so Nayanam Chandanti Shastrani Matra Sparshastu Kaunteya, because any initial people who are not understanding the bhakti to create the basic spiritual knowledge. So it is necessary actually. It is necessary to show the difference between the spirit and the matter. Brahman is nothing but spirit. And against the counterpart, that means if you negate the Brahman, is equal to material world. Simply, that's just coming out from the Maya is equal to Brahman. So just to promote the, so to come out from the material clutches of the Maya, to come out from the Maya. So Prabhupada is mentioning that means one who is realizing the Brahman, so he is na sochati na kankshati. Especially Prabhupada is interested in the no lamentation and no hankering. For this purpose, he is taking this sloka again and again. So because in the material world, you are seeing people are hankering for the many things, and they are always lamenting. So here you can take this same sloka, and here the place of Brahman, you can keep Bhagavan. Even Bhagavan also, one realize he is na sochati na kankshati or not. So that's why Prabhupada is now showing this such a big difference for the neophytes at that time. Mainly he's interested of the na sochati na kankshati. So that means you practice spirituality, accept the spiritual life, then you will not be having any lamentation, no hankering. This is he wants to promote actually. For that purpose, he's taking again and again this sloka. That means for Brahman only, even for Brahman, we are having the nasochi nakankshati. For Bhagavan, definitely. That is the meaning actually. Yeah. So initially you will say in a general way, Brahman relation, Bhagavan relation, we don't make any difference for the new people. But as much as you progress in the devotional life, we will be showing the clear, even we say that Vishnu is different, Krishna is different. But in the basic many places, so Tulsi Maharani, when we are offering the obeisances, so Undai, Tulsi Devyai Priyai, Vishnu Bhakti Pradai. That means we are saying Vishnu. So many places you will be seeing the Vishnu. But in the basic, you will be seeing Vishnu. But as much as you progress in the inside of the sampradaya, you enter, and then you will be clarified. Vishnu is different, Krishna is different. Like this. Brahman is different. Spiritual life means not Brahman. In Bhagavan is different. Like this.
Like sunlight, sun planet, and sun god. So one is complete realization. He sees all things.
Now we are seeing the sun rays, sunlight, and slowly now sun planet, and even after entering into the sun planet, there is a person.
Yes.
Yeah, Bhagavan, like that. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.